Why no C game? Oh, I know why not. Uno momento, por favor. We're a professional operation here. There we go. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's one of my oldest characters. Not my oldest character, but one of my older characters. So what we're gonna do tonight is I went through my pile of level 150 characters and determined how much XP they have left before they become 151 and therefore able to get the super surprise. Yeah, doing it a little bit late, aren't I? We're gonna see how that goes. We're gonna get some quick XP from the anniversary and see if we can get this character dinged to 151. And then after that, we have a couple other characters who are like, have a longer way to go to get to 151. So we'll see. Okay. Let's go in. And so Phoenixa, who's, well, once upon a time she was Phoenix, right? She was Phoenix on Landreval for some time. Until I brought my main Phoenix over from Silverlode. Back in the olden days. Back when Silverlode was still, going and then it was on its way out. Holly is lurking. Lurk. Holly, when you get back, tell me what you had for supper. I had the last of my Kroger chicken. Though I have some other cool things in the fridge for upcoming meals. I'm really excited about. All right. My cursor is cursing. All right, let's do our daily dice, daily roll. Okay, it's a level 45 tome. Fuck the hell off. I thoroughly hate this thing here. And though, in fairness, this time it was actually correct. I do have a couple of things I need to claim on the claim thing. But I am not a fan of this UI. Though I did realize the last time I looked at this is like I kind of do want to get the level 75 thing. It sounds like, you know how the Tidebreaker steed has the little hoof prints that go behind it, and how the legendary boar from, I think it was either Three Peaks or Gundabad, one of the two, has like prints behind it. So they're Wild Pasture War Steed leg cosmetics. So you put them on your leg cosmetics, and then your War Steed has, I guess, flowers and whatever trailing behind it, which would be really kind of cool in all the dry and arid places we've been recently. But you can only kind of see it, but this character only has less than a quarter of a level to go in order to hit 151. So we're going to start with her. The other characters in my list, in my spreadsheet, is... There's, my Guardian is almost halfway through the level. And then I've got my Runekeeper, my Bjorning, and my Lore Master all about a third of the way through. And I do have a couple of 150s that I'm not bothering to level. My Housing Runekeeper doesn't need to be leveled. But I'm kind of tempted to switch my Runekeeping shenanigans over to the Stout Axe and set the elf on the shelf. Because the elf Runekeeper is actually one of my housing people, and I kind of like my dwarf. I'm sorry, my elf Runekeeper is actually one of my crafters, but my my dude is okay. Let's what do we got here? Alright, well, let's get away from the double music. I love Bill Champagne's music, but my god. This character can also participate in the Noldor outfit, but I don't think I actually set it up on this character. Oh, I did. I actually did, but the thing is, she can't use a bow, so the cloak piece doesn't really work for her. So I don't know why she'd be carting a quiver around with her, so there you go. Alright, that being said, let's use that. Bloop, and let's ship that off to the character who is permanently locked at her level, who opens these up. Alright, we're going to actually get rid of these items. Free up the bag space. We don't need them. So this character is a red line Cappy who is actually doing sword and board. But why, Druid? You'll get more DPS out of a two-hander. This is true. You're not wrong. Okay. Want to double check a few things. I want to get some stuff cleared out. One of the downsides of having all of these new fireworks is that they're now taking up space on my hotbars. I'm like, no, go away. Go away. Go away. Okay, so I have to remember that I'm standing alone. Roar! So I'm not gonna use the equivalent of a DDO hireling here. We're just gonna do it ourselves. It'll be fun. And I'm apparently still using level 121 food on my character. That's gonna be really good. However, actually, I just made some food on my food character. So let's go get some of that. Except I might not be able to use said food. Hold on. No, it's, yeah. I'm just gonna grab a few of them. I don't need the whole 100 plates, because, you know, I don't play this character all that often. I also have, like, 105 cram, so, you know, it's cram. Yeah, no, it's cram. Okay. Actually, let me put that in the bank. Get that out of the way. Throw those in there. What is taking up all the space in my bank right now? Because I just had a whole bunch of stuff cleared out, and now I'm full again, and I'm trying to remember why. Actually, I think this is why. I put in a whole bunch of pieces of gear. I need to clean out the Lobby stuff again. It's been a while. Some agility gear boxes. Because what I did do is I went and spent down my embers and motes. Because if you're opening loot boxes to try to get Rivendell stuff, you max out your embers and motes pretty quickly if you're opening a bunch of boxes. Alright. Let's lock that so we don't accidentally sell it. And let's get to it. Anniversary stuff. And Phoenix, like Phoenixa here, we use the same title. It's the two Drygok titles are so perfect for these characters. Alright. We're gonna do the anniversary instances. Because they're quick and fun and easy, and we should ding off of at least one of them. I should also check to see if I have a Tome of XP. Well, I have an LI XP thing there. I got Hope Tome. Slayer Deeds Accelerated. No, don't need that. Yeah, I don't have any on my person. Well, that's good times. Well, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm so close to dinging, it's not going to really matter. The only other thing that's like, I want to get those surprise boxes to see if I can get any more of the warg. Because that would be cool. I already have one. I did get a training. Did get one training warg already. Actually, it was in my very first super surprise box on my main. I did get that, and that was kind of cool. So today has been a weird day, in that I set an alarm and then I wound up sleeping through it. Oops. Not by too much. I was wanting to get up by noon, you know, get a little bit of a lie-in. Because I've been pushing myself pretty hard lately. And I needed some downtime. But apparently the body said, yeah, you're going to sleep for another hour. And the only reason I woke up is because Stormlost, who's currently snoozing in the window with Mama Cat, Stormlost decided to manage to get her way into the closet in my bedroom. And because it's one of those folding door situations, like the door folds out. So she managed to get the door open enough that there was a plastic bag on the floor in my closet, and she was chewing on the bag. And it made a lot of noise and it woke me up. So I was like, okay, whatever. Alright. We're just gonna go to the festival ground, honestly. It's the quickest way to get to the Prancing Pony. Alright. Let me get that out of the way. Who am I getting tagged by? Oh. Aha. Apparently I'm famous. Alright, festival. We're going to the Prancing Pony. I'm gonna go talk to the hooded stranger. I'm gonna do a mission or two. Where is my blue fire emote? I'll just use my blue heart love emote. Alrighty. Why can I not see other people's names? Is that Mia? It is Mia! And I'm noticing the enter key on my keyboard is starting to stick. Alright. We're just emoting at each other for a few minutes. I've been commanded to pet the kitties. They are not actually in reach, but I will pet them later. I am noticing that my nameplates are not set right. I'm not seeing player nameplates, and there was a reason for that. I think I turned them off at one point and forgot to turn them back on. Alright. Yeah, player names. There we go. And player pet names. I think I turned them off because of Rivendell housing. Yep, she has scarpered. Alright, while I was waiting on the thing to get done. Alrighty. We're gonna get this character to level cap first. Or not level cap, to 151. And it being a Saturday night's alright for fighting. I should go talk to Waldo Rumble, but I don't honestly care about... Well, I should actually. Actually, let me do that real quick, because you do want to get... Even if you're not going to... Obviously, I'm not going to get the meta done for the festival. Getting the daily done is going to help with XP, which is what I really want here is XP. I want some XP. So I'm actually going to bounce back to the house and go to the party tree first. It is kind of annoying that the only place to pick up the daily for the festival is at the party tree. Monith Lair has got the watch streak going on. Why am I getting a DM? Oh, it's that little bot. I just joined a new Discord that has been carefully curated, and it's really awesome. And they use a bot to you answer questions, and then they manually approve you for things, and that's good because it keeps out the actual bots, bad bots, and spammers and scammers and blah 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 blah. So we're gonna see how it happens. One of the things I'm most interested about it is it's the project overall. Strongly resembles something I talked about with somebody at PAX East, a friend of Linda Carlson's, aka Brass the Dwarf, aka Senior Community Manager for EverQuest Legends, which I may actually stream. Because apparently people who are in the beta are allowed to stream it now. So there might be a Saturday here in the next couple of weeks where I stream some EverQuest Legends. Because, yeah, why not? Party tree. My nose, it's like so dusty up in here. It's like I ran the dust buster, and it should not be why it's dusty in here. Alright, party tree, swift travel. Let's go. Alright. Party tree.
I've been put up to a cruel joke.
Oh, and yeah, that's also where you get the quest for the missions as well, so it's good that I came here. Durr.
Won't you? I've been put up to a cruel
Zora, named after the Starship Discovery's new, okay. Alright, now let's go back to Bree. Have any other character? Choco, Legolas? Alrighty then. Alright. Back to the house. Man, I've got all kinds of cool places to go. Oh, it's been a day. So today I had some nebulous plans to get out of the house and do a few things. None of that happened because I was just like, I needed to recharge. And technically I got out of the house yesterday. I went to get groceries, so, you know. It's not that I've had my fill of people. Unfortunately, reading my Blue Sky timeline, I've had my fill of people.
How can I be of service?
Alright, let's try this again. Maybe I should have gone to the Southbury one and then ridden up from there, but it is actually quicker to go from here. Hi. I've got a mama cat. And I've got a noodle cat, and they're both sitting on my work table. Mama is actually sitting on my work laptop right now. Apparently, it's washing time at the zoo. They're all having washes. I'm just gonna ride up this time. Oh, is that any other character? Dathomir. I wonder if they're a Star Wars fan. Are they a Night Sister of Dathomir? There's Mia, just chilling. Now, let's get the shit done. No, looks like there's a couple folks role-playing. I want to leave them alone, let them do their thing. Alright, Evil in the Ruins.
Greetings, friend.
Grab that one. Yeah, sure. Orcs of Nan Wethrin, that one.
Greetings, friends. Will you lend me your ear?
Sure. And since I can't see the rest of that quest, I should remember which ones are which, but I never remember which ones are which. The Fortress of What's-Its-Face.
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
And the last one, I'll look it up. The Orc Thieves.
Greetings, friends. Will you lend me your ear?
I'm strongly suspicious that I'm not going to need to do all 4 of these to get the XP I need. Probably only 1 or 2. This one was so easy as my minstrel. She just, like, laid waste to them all from the distance. This character does not have that opportunity. My minstrel is going to be the next character that I get to level cap, because I have an agility character at level cap. I have a might character at level cap. Now I want a will character at level cap. Hi. Yeah. Take that. You go bye-bye. And I would like to point out, Severlin just commented in the official DDO Discord that they're looking at reports of shenanigans going on. About the servers acting up and whatnot. But that was like 15 minutes ago, so... Oh, I just got a whisper from the person who won some points. Congrats to that person who won points from me on the official... What is Devilor playing? Oh, Devilor's got a sponsored stream for Angry Birds 2. GG's Devilor. Angry Birds is a fun little game. I'm not gonna lie. That was heckin' fun. Alright. Let's go get this, kick this guy's ass. Rawr! We're gonna do lots of yelling today. So, we had a good day on the channel last night. It was a little bit quiet. I honestly wasn't expecting it to be massively, you know, amazing or anything, or in terms of folks in chat. Because my WoW content generally doesn't do enormously well, except when I make little shorts and put them up on YouTube. People love the shit out of shorts. See, Cordovan was talking about this. About how shorts do a lot of numbers. Because you can watch YouTube shorts sitting on the pot, basically, right? You know, watching YouTube shorts on your phone while you're taking a dump. Hey, I got a steel token. Hi, how you doing? Rawr! Rude, gross. That's disgusting. Oh, we need that guy down there. Hold on. How did I not get thingy for that? How did I not get hit for that? Rude. Rude people. I kick you in the nuts. I love that skill so much. The one where you spin and then you do a little whirly thing. And I should probably get my points back. My morale back. How y'all doing tonight, chat? How are you doing? What are you up to? What kind of trouble you causing? 'Cause I know some of y'all are causing trouble. Hi, Stormlost. Stormlost. You want the hair tie? Stormlost, you want the hair tie? No. Oh, she got up. She got up. Oh, she might just be washing. No. No Stormlost for you yet. Chad's trying to figure out whether elven mail would rust. I would imagine... I don't know. Roar. This is the kind of shit the Corey wants to sit. I don't know. He probably does. Yeah. Yeah, I do love the gallant display because it's so... The animation is so good. Speaking of, I mentioned Drygok earlier because I'm wearing the Drygok title. The shield cosmetic that I'm using is also a Drygok drop. Like, picture I'm standing in on the... Okay. That's never something I've ever considered about Corey. Never have I ever. Okay, none of those guys are the ones I need. But these guys are. Rude. You little foul wriggler. No weird ideas while bathing. Well, obviously, I do get weird ideas. Generally, my best ideas are shower ideas. Now, whether I remember them afterwards is always a good question. Y'all y'all need to stop doing that. You see, it would have been better if I'd had the actual War Singer as my attacky thing. And they fall down, good boom. Though his missus would be likely to know, or at least make some guesses to whether they practice dentistry, simply because she is a doctor. The other Dr. Olson is actually far more formidable than the Dr. Olson we know. I do want to just keep attacking the War Singer. Y'all are just wailing on me. We might die. We may die. Well, at least we're doing some kind of damage. So there's that. Though getting rid of that dread would be nice. Do I have a hope token? Well, I don't have a hope token, but I have a hope item. It gives me +1 hope, and I've had that since the day the game launched, in fact. It was a pre-order bonus, the Glass of Algaral. It's basically a weak sauce version of Galadriel's file. Oh, I see. I forgot to loot the guy down there. So let's go do that. I'm so used to not having to loot dudes in this game. I mean, your vote is yes, given that we just discovered literal caveman drill teeth. Yes, they did. Yeah, this mission is not fun. So we can all blame MVP for this mission. At least during the anniversary. Because, yeah, it's not my idea of fun. Y'all are rude here, boys. I should turn on induction bars so I can see when a bad guy is inducting. So I know when to kick him. I should do that. I still love the VFX for these. I don't know why I love them, but I do. Hi, Mama Cat. This does give me some of the same vibe as playing a paladin in World of Warcraft. One of the things we do not do, that I do as a paladin in WoW, is I would have YOLO'd that so hard. Come on. Why can I no clicky? Oh. In combination with what I mentioned, having to loot the 8 guys plus the maze-like nature of the physical life. Yeah, the maze kind of messes with my head. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, come on over. Come on, over here. Over here. Mama Cat, what are you doing? Oh, she's over there now. Okay, we're gonna fight these guys first. And he fall down and go boom.
What can I do for you?
Ooh, we are very close to hitting our level. You can't see it because it's hidden by my overlay, but it's literally small. The amount that's left is smaller than the size of the Lotro store button in terms of width. So, I think what I'm going to do is, since I honestly don't really care about the other stuff from the thing, plus the fact that not only do you have to do the 4 missions, you have to do 10 anniversary things afterwards. I'm going to say fuck that. And we're just going to do the letter thing because that's fun. And it can be done in like 5 seconds flat. And because the bands are there, we got a little floaty bit.
Would you do something for me?
Sure. Hey Maki, how you doing? Inets, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How does Lotro compare to DDO? Nothing compares to DDO. That's the problem. DDO is its own complete separate little thing. In that nobody has a character creator like DDO. Lotro is more open world like World of Warcraft is. Yeah, let's see. Is there one over there? No. There's the one here on the ground. And DDO is way more instanced. So, like, there are some open world places, but you can only use them to get to quests. You can't travel overland to various places. There are a couple of exceptions. Like, you can ride through... go through Evening Star to get to the Underdark by going through King's Forest until you unlock the gate to Shindelrin if you want to go hang out with the Drow and kick their asses. But in general terms, there isn't the thing like here in Lotro you can ride from the Shire to Mordor and beyond and only have a couple of portals where it has to change you in terms of where you are in the landscape. Come here, you little shit. Okay, fine. I'll take the static one. And DDO, of course, only has... Ooh, I got a toast emote for my stash. That's good. It's the first time I got one of those this time around. It was really funny. Yesterday on the official, I was whinging on about how I hadn't gotten any of the goodies from these envelopes so far, and as soon as I said that, I immediately got one. I'm like, really? 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 I need to see. I need 3 more envelopes for sure. At a minimum. So the times I'm actually wanting to get one of the goodies never happens. But when I'm just... Yeah, damn it. Where are you? Ah, you little shit. Gotcha. Alright. I saw somebody back there, so we're not gonna mess with that. And you can find these envelopes in many places in Bree. I tend to just stick around the boar fountain, personally. But also, with reference to the differences between the two games, with Lotro, there are some limitations with, like, what races can play what classes. It's not just, like, in DDO, you can play any class with any race. It doesn't care. But a particular race may be less suited for the class based on, like, a race that is not as good as... Like, a race that has a bonus to, like, one of the 6 main scores, like, you know, strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, right? A race that doesn't have a benefit to that, or even has a lesser amount of that than the baseline. The baseline is human. Humans don't get really, you know, whatever. But some classes go better with certain races. But hey, you can build whatever you want. Nobody gives a shit other than the people in your party. And the horses can swim in DDO. This is true. It is also more of a it depends on the player, but it can be more solo. Unless you already have, like, an established group of people to play with all the time. Man, I am not getting this one. It knows I want to level with this. Oh. I'll go back here. I just need one more. Like, when I really want to get... You know, the hobbits and the dwarves, by the way, have the best option for getting that particular one, because that overhang is not made for tall folks. There we go, finally. Alright, we should get our level out of this. That'll be fun.
How can I be of service?
Ooh, we did not. Denied. Oh. What time is it? It's afternoon. We should have time to fetch the fireworks spots. Lotro is more social with major attraction for you getting to be inside your one of your favorite books. Yes. It's like comparing chewing gum and shoes. They're just totally different animals. That is also true. There is definitely a bigger difference. But yeah, Lotro plays more like World of Warcraft. Oh man, there's people playing on the farm fields. Who dis? Who dis? Oh, it's Animal House. They're good people. Sorry, I didn't mean to run through your tater fields. Okay. I should have enough time to get this done. It's not quite getting to the golden hour where you have to start worrying about whether you're going to get this done in time or not. But I don't enjoy one more than the other. I enjoy them both for their own separate reasons, though. Honestly. If I had to pick only one of the two games to play, it would be Lotro for a couple of reasons. One, I read Tolkien when I was a wee lass, a long time ago. I didn't really get into Dungeons and Dragons. I actually don't actively play D&D. At least not right now. I was in a group I've had a couple of tables, but I haven't played D&D as much as I honestly started playing DDO because I was working press stuff and I was assigned to do it. I'm like, okay. And then, you know, I eventually got my shit done. And then it was like, oh, you know, this is gonna be fun. And then I started playing. And I'll admit I've been streaming Lojo far longer than DDO as well. So there's that. But if I could only play one of the two, it would definitely be Lojo. Besides, if I wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons and didn't have access to DDO, I could play Dungeons and Dragons. What am I chasing after that? We're gonna light a firework right under this guy's ass. Alright, let's go back and talk to the young Olbits. I'm actually gonna go this way around. I try not to run through concerts. And I understand that riding a war steed in Bree, when the game has been acting up today, not the most kind thing to do. Even Severlin was looking at it earlier today. And yes, by the way, I always say this a lot. Severlin is the correct pronunciation of the executive producer's handle. It's not Severlin. It's Severlin. He said so. I'm looking forward to the Gen Con meetup coming up at the end of July. And tomorrow, tomorrow's going to be an exciting day because tomorrow is the Gen Con event schedule the first events are going up. And there's one I want to see really, really badly. In fact, let me see what time tickets go on sale for events. Oh, we can already browse the event schedule. Aw, bless. Okay. No, I don't want to buy Gen Con merch. Hold on. When does ticket registration start? I don't actually know what time it starts tomorrow. Well, that's fun. But there's one game that I really want to see if I can find. Oh, Matthew Lillard is DMing Faster Purple Worm Kill Kill for Extra Life Charity Friday at 9 a.m. And it's $350 to participate. I want to watch that. I don't want to play in it. There's one for 100. Who's the DM on that one? Sev's brother is DMing that one. Sev is DMing an episode or a game of Faster Purple Worm Kill Kill on, when is it? Friday at 2. Ooh. I would love to watch that. You can, speaking of watching Sev DMing, Faster Purple Worm Kill Kill, you can, there's actually an episode of their first season that he gets DM'd for. It was actually really fun to watch him DMing. Whoosh, my big Telperian level. We've done the level. Yay. You're finally going to make it this year to... Art Esoteric, you're coming to Gen Con? Oh! I have to meet you. Yes. Standing Stone frequently does a Gen Con player meetup. It's mainly DDO based because Gen Con and tabletop dice, I mean, it's a thing. But what they do is they rent out a spot someplace in Indy, and everybody shows up Friday or Saturday night and does the thing. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. R before the B. Montflair likes Lotro for the same reason. When you were little, your mother read you and your sister The Hobbit, a chapter at a time at bedtime. You remained hooked on the world. You love and adore D&D. So many more possibilities. This is true. One thing about Dungeons and Dragons, you can actually, by the way, hear this. You can hear this by listening to the Lotro soundtrack for any time at all, but Mordor onwards, to do a true apples to apples comparison, because it's the same composer from Mordor onward. The stuff after Chance Thomas is wonderful, but all the stuff that Bill Champagne has done with the Belfless housing, all expansions and content after Mordor. He did a lot of the background stuff in Mordor, the ambient sounds. And Chance Thomas did all the big Mordor stuff. But after that, everything's been Bill Champagne. Okay, so get that in mind. And in DDO, half of the stuff in Masterminds of Sharn were Bill, half of them were Matt Harwood. So anything after Sharn is all been Bill Champagne. So if you compare the two soundtracks of both games, our brother in music, Mr. Champagne, has some fucking range. And people who only play Lotro can't appreciate that. Because you don't get theremins in Lotro. You don't get rock guitars in Lotro. You don't get two people singing in the middle of a fucking raid in Lotro. I'm gonna have to get cake. Ponton Finberry, come here, Ponton. Come here. Ponton. Come here, Ponton. I'm gonna wave at Ponton. Ponton with the stream bomb. Yeah, I don't know what time they're doing this stuff tomorrow either. But yeah, Seth is DMing. There's, if he gets 4 players, ponying up $100. Ooh, that is pretty expensive. And part of my thing is you need to have some experience playing D&D, and you have to understand the basics. I would say I don't actually understand the basics of D&D. And it's Friday at 5. Ooh, for 3 hours. Ooh. No, but it starts, what, hold on. End date and time, Friday, 5 p.m. EDT. So it's actually, oh, it's in the J-Dub. I'm kind of hoping I get hired to work at Gen Con again this year. Because if I do, and it works out the same as it did last year, my sister pulled a few strings. A little bit of nepotism going on there. My sister pulled a few strings, and while most of our contractors had to stay out, my fellow contractors, because I'm not, I contracted to a company who was contracted by my sister's company to work various booths at Gen Con. And I've been hanging out at the Catan booth. And where am I going with this? Oh, all the other contractors had to stay out in the boondocks at the airport hotel, which wasn't all that great. And there were busing troubles getting downtown and whatnot because of construction. Whereas I got to stay at the J-Dub. And basically I just walked across the habit trail into the convention center. It was glorious. So yeah, Severlin is DMing an episode or a session of Faster Purple Room Kill Kill. There is actually a show Friday night. Oh man, that's the same time as Seb's thing. No, Seb's is at 2. This is at 6, so you can get from one to the other. So they're going to actually do a TV show version of the actual Faster Purple Room Kill Kill with cast members Matthew Lillard, Diana Faye, Nora Ibrahim, Ify Nwandue. I hope I didn't say that badly. Seb's brother John is the DM, and Bill Rehor is the host. I actually got to meet Seb's brother and the host, Bill Rehor, last year. Let's see. There's another one Saturday at 9 a.m. And I don't know that person who's DMing, Paul Shapiro. I'm sure he's pretty cool. There's actually... I don't think this is related to Beetle and Grims. No, it's something completely different. They just used... I searched for the name Purple Worm, so there's a Saturday night Purple Worm show with different people playing. Now, my understanding... there may be some shenanigans going on. I'm not gonna say, actually. But that would be the one thing. I would want to see Faster Purple Room Kill Kill live. But part of the problem is I don't know what day. I suspect Cord told me that, but it hasn't been announced, so I don't know if it's been signed. But their plans were to have the PAX East meetup on a Thursday, and then the Gen Con meetup would be on a Saturday, but they haven't announced it yet. So, hi Ponton, you stream bomber, you. How are you doing? Oh man. I really would love to at least watch Rob DMing Faster Purple Worm for 5 players, but I don't think he would actually, because it's basically he's running a tabletop session. It's not like a show that people watch, but the actual Faster Purple Worm Kill Kill is basically a Critical Role style. There's a DM, there's a host. It's a TV show, and that's the one that Seb's brother John is the normal DM for. You'll be in town till Friday evening because I have concert Thursday night. Well, as far as I know, Cord said they were aiming for Saturday, but it could also depend on what they could sign the contract for. So, uh-oh. Come on. Glad to hear it's all good. But I think they're going to try to do something pretty bigger than usual this year because it is the 20th anniversary of DDO, so it is going to be more of a DDO thing than a Lotro thing. I got laughed at that time. Damn. My Kenny hates me. I got laughed at by my own Kenny. Alright. Thank you. Okay. So, let me check my allies on this character. I also need to get my crafting stuff out of here. Yeah, those need to go in. Hold on. Legendary. Yeah, those actually Tyria needs to use those. Okay. I gotta stop dithering. I gotta get some shit done here. Alright, let's gather mats. Alright. Then we gather task items. Unintentional stream bomb. It's fine, Ponton. I actually like seeing friends on stream. When I'm on my own channel, I actually don't mind too much that Galvis is doing what he's doing. But he's allowed to. He's put up with enough of my shit so far. Good friends, good friends. So, one thing I can also do is if I want to get some more... thank you. Kind of want to get some more might gear at this level. So, you know what I'm going to do? Oh, wait a minute. Where are my keys? Key. Okay. Secret keyhole, huh? Okay, why? Tome of the cinnamon donkey. Donkey? Okay. So I have 7 black steel keys in that character's vault. I actually have 2 characters who have bound sturdy steel keys. Somebody was asking in the Discord earlier today, not mine, but the official Discord, about what do I do with these Browns bound steel boxes? I'm like, oh, you need a sturdy key, so I am going to recommend, though, Galvis, you may not want to be lagging out the rest of Bree. I'm just saying. There's people trying to get shit done. So, you might want to not do that. But I do have a bunch of Traveler's boxes I can open up right now. And as soon as I get my keys back from my other character. Look at these cool things. Yeah, look at this. I have an old LI 1.0 axe just sitting here in my inventory. I don't have any, I don't have any of my personal black steel keys. So maybe I should open them up on a character that does have their character bound black steel keys. That's a good thought. Let's put this in. Oh, it's full. It's full. Well, let me see if I can. Is there in? You know, I will take one of the tomes of the humming sunbird and snack on that. It's very tasty. No. Okay. That being said, let's sell a few things. That's not the sell a few things button. This is. Sell those. Clear that. Alright. Let me check my allies again, because I didn't check when I said I was going to check them. Okay. I've named my sword, my one-handed sword, Gonturan. That is the blue sword from the book of the same name by Jane Yolen. There's a duology. It's the hero in the crown and the blue sword, and I think the blue sword comes second. Okay, so 160, 160, 160. Now, technically, I could put 151 things in here. I need to reforge my shit, too. God damn it. 160. What I'm looking for is if any of these are 150, ones that ended at 150. So far, they're all going to 160. I'm almost desperate to actually upgrade or find a character with their 151 or their allies. As soon as I hit 151, suddenly their allies bust. So I can start spending down some of my ancient script for holy fuck. Well, none of these are red, so they should be... Ooh, I've got a pair of gold Ascendant Lights? Fuck. Okay, how much money do I have? Not enough to reforge. Oh, if only I had a bag of gold coins. I need 10 of those. Actually, I probably don't need 10. Let's do 9. Number 9, number 9, number 9. And sell those. Caw, caw. Caw. Okay. Legendary item reforge. Oh, fudge. I have to do all my other items, too. Except the other ones are in the bank, so they shouldn't actually reforge. So, anybody who plays a captain, oh, captain, I'm playing Redline. So, by conventional wisdom, captains should be using two-handed weapons in Redline because they do more damage. Theoretically. So the question here is, should I switch over to, because I'm using a nice shield, but it's already 10 levels below what I need. Ka! Now some of my gear is so outdated too. I should have my Mythgard character actually open those boxes. Okay, so my allies are good. This character is 151. So anytime she opens a box, it's going to be in the 151 tier. So that's good. And I also realized I actually do have some hope tokens. It's a +5. Those are +6s. Yeah, +6s. Hell yeah. Put them down there. Ah! Ka! Okay. Let me switch on over. Let me switch on over. And I want to watch Purple Worm kill. Probably what I could do, I can afford to drop $20 twice. What does the VIP admission get you? Oh, VIP tickets include preferred seating, swag bag, Whiz Kids raffle, and cast Q&A and autographs. Ooh, that would be nice. So that's going to depend on... That's over in the Westin. I think what I'll probably wind up doing is just grabbing the 2 Lobby tickets tomorrow. Let's see if my friend Mikey Mason's doing concerts. Event type. Let's actually do event type. Entertainment events. What? Oh, never mind. That is a filter for what I've already searched for. Hey, my friend Mikey Mason is doing some stuff. He's doing comedy music cabaret on Thursday. Nerdy dirty musical comedy? Ooh. Mikey be saucy. Mikey's good people, though. Okay. Next character in the list. Lojo Tunes. Spreadsheet. Oh, that is so damn bright. Okay. So 151. Remove the 3/4 list. So Kirena the Guardian looks to be the next character in the list. Oh no, Catriona is 3. Catriona. Yeah, let's go to the Mariner. The Mariner. You remember the Mariner? Cat was my character. Cat was my character that I did the Extra Life anniversary run this year. I have some plans for next year's anniversary run. I want to do better. You know what I'm going to do? Speaking of things that I did for the anniversary, I want to do better about next year. Let's give away. Open. You know, I actually have more goodies than just points to give away, you know. I got a couple of housing decorations. Got some chestnut corgis. Anybody want chestnut corgis? I'm gonna do my near daily check on the housing broker. I've actually been really bad. I have not even logged in to look at the housing broker all day today. Megabon? No, you can't help me. I'm gonna look and see. Okay, that one came up yesterday. So, that one was also yesterday. So, there's a whole neighborhood free. So, yeah, there's one whole neighborhood available on Peregrine right now. One almost complete neighborhood full. Surprisingly, this neighborhood, somebody bought one of the standard houses, but didn't buy... This is actually surprising. Oh, they bought one torrent. Wait, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're gonna just open the giveaway, goddammit. Just the word points in chat. And we'll see about giving some points away. I forgot to update that last time. Alright, this character is ignoring that. She is a hero of the small folk. Alright, we're going to... I think we'll do the gift run this time. Oh, look how pretty this is. This is Elda's favorite color of sky. As we all know. We're going to use the Stable Master. I know some folks have voice concerns or feedback that they don't like that the Stable Master is so far away from the rest of the town. I can see that. Hi. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Oh, he's not doing the thing. How dare. Look, it's Mama Cat. This is Scamper, Noodle, and Skittish's Mama Cat. She does not like being picked up. You're fine moving a Stable Master as you just want the Rivendell stable to have a route to the homestead ones? Like, yeah. Well, I saw the one for the Breeland. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. The nearest, like the one from the Rivendell stables need to go to the Rivendell. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, I gotcha. Oh, crap. You know what I need to do? If we're going to do this right. I made a boo-boo. But that's okay. We can fix this. I'm never going to get tired of that. I don't know what they could make in terms of an animation that tops that. Because, I mean, how can you top the two trees? I mean, the jaunty one is really fun for your more silly characters. Hobbits are perfect for the jaunty. But in general, it's like the 2 trees is like perfection.
How can I be of service?
Alright. Hit the deed one by accident yesterday. He's doing the mission The Scary Quarry. Discovered that for all these years your hunter had not completed the site. Oh! Well, there you go.
I've been put up to a cruel joke.
You'll suck it up, Waldo. Oh, apparently I don't have... Oh, right. That one quest is only available once. Is that right? Yeah, this is an agility class. Well, we got what we needed. I don't remember doing those quests as this character. Hold up. Hold up. I am of Gondor. Hi, Scamper. Oh, here we go. Hi, Scamper. You want to visit too? See, this is Scamper. What would they fall under, though? Missions? Now I'm very confused. Because did I do those quests? Because Waldo doesn't have a quest for me. Alright, well, the hell with it. As I said I was going to do the gift exchange thing, I'm going to do the gift exchange thing. So let's go do the gift exchange thing. Wait a minute, oh right, I have the Westgate debris. There we go. Let's go straight to Bree. And of course, the 2 trees milestone effect looks best at night. Storm lost. You get a sniff. She got a chin tickle. Alright, we're layered. Somebody named their character. What was it? Barto Bumfarto. Okay. We'll see how far the gift exchange gets us. Let's make sure. How long do I have? 12 days. I'm good. And we'll also do this one too, because this one's always fun. I like the envelope one. I don't know why I like it. Probably because it's short, sweet, and to the point. It's like, just get it done. Alright, we're gonna do that one. We're gonna do the find the envelopes first. Ah, damn it. So, if you're doing the envelope quest, and you've done this a lot, do you normally get all 6 envelopes first? And then start opening them? Or do you get one, open it, and go from there? As you can see, I tend to just get all 6 and then open them, and then I see if I need to get any more. In this case, I did not.
Greetings.
There we go. I should have, now that I'm thinking about it, I do have. Boink. You just pull them as you get them? Okay. I'm not saying one way is better than the other. I'm just curious how people get them. You pile up 8 or 9, open the stack because invariably get some unwanted or anniversary tokens. Yeah. I tend to just go with the 6 because, like, this character just ran through all 6 and didn't get anything other than the actual quest item. So that was kind of fun. Alright. So this character is wearing all of the Tidebreaker outfit stuff. And with the horse wearing the cosmetics to match. Though you can take the leg bits of this outfit and put it on any steed and it can pick up the footprints. So it's kind of cool.
Stay a moment.
Ooh, speaking of picking up things. I am going to do a horseplay series. I'm going to do it from stem to stern because I want people to see it. And hopefully if I put that out there, it'll manifest. I'll be like, if we ever get the ability to do horseplay for everybody, I'd be like, hey, look at this. I already did this 1,000,000 years ago.
Might I speak with you a moment?
Alright. Let's go to Michael Dawdling. Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to work. Can I write under there? Yes, I can.
How can I be of service?
Michael Dawdling, please. It was actually really funny yesterday with the envelopes. In that I was complaining about not getting anything other than the unwanted messages or tokens. And as I was yapping about that, immediately the one that I was doing, I got the War Steed cosmetics set. I'm like, really? Really? I love this piece of music so freaking much. It's always funny to me when you roll in there and it has that bright pink ring. And it's because of how the game is loading the interior. And it's not keeping up. You wish the worsty died in the social account? I wish they were freaking cheaper. But account wide would be better, yeah. And I always hate it when they say certain select worsty cosmetics are on sale. It's never about the hide. It's always about the hide shades. And rarely about the actual dyes. Let's ride to Hobbiton. I could take the swift travel to Hobbiton, but I'm like, you know what? It's peaceful. It's nighttime in the Shire. There's nothing to be afraid of. Nerve, we're not playing DDO tonight. You can catch me tomorrow night on DDO stream. I'll be giving away some DDO points there. I'm just saying. What's really funny about DDO, though, is they didn't get mounts until... Which expansion? Now I need to look this up, because now I'm curious. Mounts coming to DDO. 2019, there's an article... a podcast by DDO players run by our good friend Draculetta. 2019 in October, mounts came to DDO, so that would be 6-7 years ago. Now, bearing in mind, in 2017, DDO did their first expansion under the Standing Stone Aegis, and it was Ravenloft, the Mist of Ravenloft, which had a ginormous wilderness. For those of us who are used to riding around all of Middle-earth, no big deal. But for a game that has an enormous wilderness landscape in that one expansion and no mounts for 2 years, because their mounts didn't happen until 2 years after that expansion rolled out. Oh my god. Except that one Hobbit in Budgeford printing at night, but nowhere near Hobbiton. Yeah, he's actually up now.
Could I take a moment of your time?
The Black Rider of Budgeford is awake now. But I'm busy. I have to go to Thorn's Gate. There are a few other things I wish Lotro had that are account-wide. Virtues are not one of them. I mean, I kind of wish they were. I also kind of wish it made it a little bit easier for people to gear up alts, but I'll be quite perfectly blunt here. Unless you are intending on high-performance gaming, i.e. high-end instances and rating, you don't need to worry about your goddamn virtues very much. You can just level your characters, do some side, side deeding to get some BXP while you're grinding Lotro points. And for most average players, most of your player base, again, unless you are wanting to be the top of the, you do not need to max out your virtues at all.
How do you do?
So it's understandable to me that virtues are not account-wide, because we can all understand that virtues, especially being tied into Valar's, it is a steep, deep monetization hook. So by making virtues account-wide, I can immediately see some things happening. Number one, somebody spending some money to boost an account to get it to where it's got, if it has account-wide virtues, and all of a sudden somebody could turn that account over to, sell that account on the black market or on the gray market, whatever. Your Minor you boosted to 50 plays just fine without the virtue buff, but the Valor didn't come with. See, there's two 150 Valors out there. There's two different kinds. There is the 150 Valor, which will get you a pile of VXP you'll get enough VXP to max out your 5 main virtues, and then some extra VXP to throw in some other shit in some of the non-slotted things, or in case you screw up on your main one, whatever. But there's also the 150 level up, which is not a proper level up. It literally is the level up, War Steed, a little bit of gold, the armor set, and LI boxes with no traceries, no ancient script, nothing. Actually, no, I lied. Because this, no, because I think they got, like, a random selection of, like, the base, the yellow LI traceries, which are, like, quite frankly, they're almost an insult. Okay, Thorin's Gate, Swift Travel, let's go. Put your thing on the dismount button so you don't have to ride back from the stable, master. So this character was boosted with the Valor I got for Legacy of Morgoth, or whatever. Whenever there was that expansion that didn't actually have a level cap increase, but everybody complained, so Standing Stone did it anyway. We're like, why do we get Valors? We didn't need them. There wasn't a level cap increase. And some of those same people are now going, where's my 160 Valor? Where's the 160 Valor? It's like, oh, first of all, the level cap is 160. Not even World of Warcraft has a character boost that takes you immediately to the level cap. Sorry, you need to fly around Azeroth for 3 hours to boost your character from 10 to 80. And only works if you're an Earthen. So, on some level, I kind of understand where folks are coming from. On the other level, I understand from the Standing Stone end of things, on some level, where it would be very bad for Standing Stone to suddenly make virtues account wide. I think they can make a few better strides at making virtues more accessible to alts.
What do you need?
But again, the people who need them
Will you help me?
are folks who need to, put in some damn work. All right, let's go back to Bree. Actually, the quickest way to Bree. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. It's not that different either way. $160 Valor probably for the next expansion, same as they did with Morgoth. Oh, probably if they raise the level cap with the next expansion. I honestly don't think they will. Because they typically go between, like...
Greetings.
They don't raise the level cap every expansion. Okay, we're going to Bree. Because we just had a level cap increase. And I think a lot of the raiders will throw a fit if there is a new level cap so quickly. But I think what most of us are really waiting on for the new expansion is knowing where we're going. That's the thing everybody wants to know. Where are we going in the north? And we can argue or discuss or pitch our ideas as to where in the north they're actually talking about. Because if we look at this map, where's the cutoff for what counts as the north? I would say north is anything above here. Above the words Rohan in Rune. Morgoth did not come with Valar boost, though. That's the problem. It didn't come with one, and everybody was like, we always get Valars with expansions. Why don't we get a Valar? And Standing Stone was like, because this is the level cap. We didn't change the level cap. Why do you need a Valar to catch up? But people kept on providing feedback. And then it became a thing where Standing Stone was more like, fine, we'll give you a Valar. We'll give you a level up package if you got the collector's edition. We'll give you a full proper Valar if you got the ultimate edition. And then people found out just how limited the level up package 150 was. Yeah. Because I used the 150 level up package on my housing dwarf after I re-rolled the character to be a Runekeeper, which is, honestly, I'm thinking I'm going to retire my elf Runekeeper crafter in favor of my my Stout Axe Runekeeper. I kind of want to have a couple of more short characters running the highest end content. But for me, going back to the notion of where in the north can we go, again, anywhere north of Rohan, because the Rohirrim are men from the north, but they came from up here. And we've tromped all over most of Eriador, honestly. I think if they go to Lindon, people are going to freak out. Because if they believe that, oh my god, we're going to the Grey Havens, oh fuck, the game is ending, that's where they're going to go. The speculation is that the game is going to, oh my god, we have Linden, oh my god, the game is sunset, oh my god. Short people running things, you can't hate that. I know, Modiflayer. Though Silver is a Stout Axe, not a Hobbit. I don't think we're getting Rune yet. The other north that a lot of people have been thinking about is Fordwaith. I can't disagree with that. I think it would be a little bit too much of a record scratch. We're going from the hottest south to the coldest colds. Maybe they'll do that. But it'd also be kind of weird to go there. Well, maybe. Because by the time the expansion rolls around, it's going to be like November. But we'll find out more about it in June next month. We don't know how early or late Orion will grace us with his next letter. But I'm excited. I'm actually just finishing out the daily on this character. Because why not?
Hello there.
Hello. Thank you. Alright, let's go talk to Waldo Rumble. Real quick and get the daily turned in to get the XP for that. I don't need to dismount for this, though. You know, I can sail to Buckland. No, actually, I don't want to sail to Buckland. I'm just gonna go to the house and then go to the party tree directly. Again, I can never get tired of that. The two trees. The blending of the two trees. It's so good. Because this character is going to be my Mariner. I did have another Mariner that I had boosted. But I don't actually like that character much anymore. I'll be honest with you. I need to go to the party tree.
Hello there.
And here's the thing, Catriona has not even set up her allies yet. There we go. Good pile of XP. So we're going to sit up here on the hill by the campfire, and we're going to play with our allies for a minute. Again, points. Put the word points in chat to join the giveaway for Lotro points. Come on. You can do it. Alright. So. You're more curious what new system is coming that Orion hinted that would be for all players. I'm deeply curious about that as well. I mean, we've had a couple of hints with a couple of things they were trying to work on, but I don't know what's coming with that. I mean, we can look at the current letter to players. Lotro.com. Come on, Lotro.com. Successful guide, blah, 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 blah. I guess it'd be under news. Letter from Orion. So, quarter 2, we got all the stuff in quarter 2. Quarter 3 is the summer festival enhancements. We will be able to get back from further home. They actually put that in the game. I noticed it. I had a character that I bounced to Bull Roar at one point. And that character was in further home, and the dock master to get out of further home was actually in, so that's fun. My bet, Ponton. We know about the downscaling. He's explained that before. Monoflare, I think it's going to be the kinship stuff. Why? Because kinships are for everybody. And also because if you look at the letter to the players, quarter 3 is update 49, and it's called In Good Company. Right? So the bullet points were Summer Festival enhancements, the Delving of Froor returns, that's PvMP, monster player updates, Agnorum Sorceress, and class updates. None of that stuff screams In Good Company. But what does a kinship scream to you? I'm thinking it's the kinship stuff. But the downscaling is the other strong potential, unless it's something nobody's ever heard of before. That they haven't told anybody. Okay. I don't need to reforge my LS because I've never equipped them. So as you can see, I did the scavenger hunt with just the hero's daggers. And the irony, this is a might dagger. It's like, I'm an agility class. What the fuck? But all this other stuff is the 150 Valar gear. And now I can switch out this for the other earring because that's no longer useful to me. And this has more stuff on it. So, yay. Okay. Oh no. Let's open up me vault. Oh man, I also feel bad about doing this while I've got an XP tome going, but I already have a pile more, so I don't care quite as much. So I did open the box that's going to get me a bridle for my war steed. I already did that. Get down here. Get down here. There we go. Oh shit. Okay, so did these bounce out? Yeah, these bounce out there. So I'm going to wind up with 141 with, yeah, whatever. We'll see. You'll be up for kinship improvements. That's something you will always want and have since forever. Yeah, Ponton. I'm with you there, bud. Okay, let's pick us a cutlass. Okay, so what? They made these picker boxes? Hold the shut the front door. Oh wait, these have always been picker boxes. Never mind, Jesus. But no, there is something different here. There is definitely something different with these. Oh, no, it's not different. Shit. Because, yeah. Yep. It wants you to pick based on this, so don't pick the same one twice. Just don't do it. So, the way you want to pick these, is since you're going to get one for each of your items, you don't want to pick the duelist traceries for both of these two main boxes. Alright. Oh, this is gonna suck. You know what I'm gonna do, though? I'm gonna do something very scary. Since I've retired the other Mariner, I'm going to steal his traceries. But first of all, I have to see which thing of traceries that I picked for him, though. Or which spec he's playing. Because this is a red Mariner. And I think he's also a red Mariner. He might be a yellow Mariner. Either way, I'm going to steal his traceries. Because he's on the shelf right now. He's a dude on the shelf. I actually might just delete the character, but I feel bad about deleting a character that I Ballard. Alright. Schooners. Look at that. He thinks highly of himself. Schooner is my favorite kind of sailing ship, just in case you're wondering. I actually have a couple of really cool nautical style names on another account. Actually, I have the word nautical as a name on another account. I also have the word tracery. Fisherman. First mate. Cousin. Why do I have the name cousin as a name? Somebody on Peregrine, probably more than one somebody's kind of pissed that they can't name their character cousin. Alright. Remove the 3/4 from there. Make that 151. Alright, Schooners. Let me see your allies, buddy. Let me see if you got...
Come, my friends, come.
Okay, so there's some of these. Okay, let's also see what... Come on. Okay, so I'm a yellow Mariner on this character. Okay. It's too bad that Namor is probably taken. You know, you should try it and find out. Okay. So it's very possible that some of these might be useful. Oh, and I have a pile more down here from when this character was being created. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this one in a fun sort of way. We're gonna use a bag. because this bag is hardly full. In fact, it's completely empty. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to send them across to this shared storage. So, apparently, I haven't put any traceries. Oh, I think I undid his traceries. And yes, I did name his cutlass Flynn. After Errol Flynn, of course. Okay, so he doesn't actually have any traceries slotted right now. How did that even happen? Did I already gank his stuff? Apparently I already did that. Good. Alrighty. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, let's switch over. One of the other things I can do is that since I have tracery boxes just lying around, one of the other ideas that I had was to spend some of those down because most of them are stamped that they can only be used for stuff to level 160 or higher, I think. No, 160 or lower. So I might as well use all my 151 boxes. Well, no, the 151 boxes should be stamped differently. We'll take a look at a couple here. Went too far. Katrina. I don't honestly know how this name is normally pronounced. If it's Katrina or if it's Catriona. I've always said it Catriona. And I don't know. It kind of like rhymes with Fiona. Probably from not the character from, Shrek. Princess Fiona. Also, I have the name Doubloons on a Dwarf Minstrel right now. I kind of want to re-roll that to a Stout Axe Mariner and use that as a Lobby Mariner to level for funses. Right now, he's just a level 31 Minstrel, and it's like, well, Then again, I have a couple of other Mariners floating around. Okay, so let's do this again. Shared storage. Alright, let's grab our legendary traceries right here. Plop that right there. So yeah, I might as well use all of these sealed tracery boxes because they can't be any better than 160s, right? Let me actually grab one and open it up. I want to see what happens. Because I have like a ton of these, so spending one isn't going to really hurt anything. And it's better to use a purple box rather than a cyan/teal box. I want to see what happens. Okay, so... Oh, hello! Hello! So... I have a quandary now. I have a quandary. What if I open one of these on a 160 character? I have another one here. Let me switch to one of my 160s. Which is basically going to be my main Phoenix, because she's a 160 character. I want to see what happens when she opens up one of those. You snagged the name Zelda and Link? Oh, Ponton, well played. But you also snagged the name Mariner before the class had been announced. That's being well played. I only really snag good names with help. Some of us, because of the nature of the fact that we're streamers, Cordo did us some of us a solid. So that's why I managed to keep certain of my names on all the new servers in both Lojo and DDO. The only ones I didn't get them on, I didn't get my number one name Phoenix on Angmar and Mordor because they couldn't save names or whatever. He didn't save names ahead of time. And on the DDO Cormier server, because when that one went up, my account was actually one of the ones that was locked out for a few hours. Like, a whole bunch of accounts were locked out and couldn't even create on the server. The server is open. Other people were grabbing names left, right, and center. But it took a couple hours for certain of our accounts were able to get in. And this is why they don't fuck around with name reservations anymore. Because one of the things they found out is anybody can log in and create characters on the Legendary Worlds. You just can't log into the characters to play them. Okay. First of all, let me get my mail. Oh, nope. I haven't sent mail to myself today? Okay. All right. Well, since we're right here, we're learning stuff today, folks. This is what I love learning. Okay, so I already have that. I already have this. I already have the... I'm going to use these to give my favorite characters the blue bauble. Okay, what we were going for is this one. What happens if a 160 character opens this? Okay. That tells me what I need to know. Maritime is the name. You never actually got... Aww. Well, do you want nautical as a name? Because it's just literally sitting on my spare account. So, if they're stamped to max out at 160, the max item will be 170. And you know what this means? I'm going to check my allies real quick. Sure. Damage over time. Feral strikes, remorseless strikes, raging blade, blade heal. So Fury of Blades might be on the other ally. Apparently it is not on either ally. Well, that's nice. Double check and make sure I didn't miss it. Missing attack. I think Fury of Blades was supposed to be part of that, but I chose the bracing attack heal instead. Hey, the Shadow Legion, how you doing? Okay, well, now we know, and knowing is half the battle. So here's the thought that I'm currently having right now. Is I know that all these 151 traceries are going to max out at 170 no matter what. So either I can use them all now on all these 151s that I'm getting leveled up so that they'll have traceries that'll last them till 170. Or I can save these for later. Why, I don't know. I know which character needs to use all those boxes, though. It's gonna be Silver, the thing, yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's get back to Katrina. Catriona. And actually finish setting up her allies. so I can actually start playing her as a mariner. One of the problems of boosting past or into the middle of an epic story is that you have to go back and start at the beginning if you want to get the end of the whole book. If you want the epilogue, you got to do the whole fucking thing. And I love Maid of Lions making these amazing, long ass 3 expansion long stories. Like the Black Book of Mordor was glorious for me as an historian. That's Montclair can tell you. I was a history major at Penn State. Me and our mutual friend Holly cheerfully disrupted Professor Benjamin Hudson's history classes with going, "Here's the Britons," anytime he would write the word Britons on the chalkboard, because we were members of the Penn State Monty Python Society, and we had a little bit of fun with that. Until he jokingly, well, he didn't jokingly, but he laughingly told us, yeah, members of the Penn State Monty Python Society should, yeah, y'all gotta sit in the back if you're gonna do that. I'm like, sorry, Dr. Hudson. I don't know if he's still around. Because he was a fairly young, well, not youngish. I don't know if he's still with us. I still actually talk to one of my professors at Penn State occasionally. Dr. Jerry Santoro from the IT department, or from the comp sci. It was comp sci back in the day, but he was Information Systems and Technology, IST, is what they called it shortly after we graduated. I took an extra semester, I took an extra year. Santoro's still kicking around? Oh, hell yeah. But I wish he would stop posting AI bullshit and promoting AI bullshit. He's not like an AI proponent, like, oh my god, AI is the solution for everything. He's one of the folks who is like, okay, I gotta deal with it. But you gotta be careful, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, Jerry's still kicking around. And it was really funny. The first class I took from him is, he didn't look like a professor. I forget what building we were in for the class, but it was like two groups of seats, and he walked up the middle aisle, went up to the stage, set his bookcase down, his satchel down, and he was wearing like blue jeans and a hat, a baseball hat. He looked like a dude who just walked in off the farm. And given that it's Penn State, that's not actually too uncommon, because literally Penn State, if you don't know the geography of Pennsylvania, Montclair and I do, because that's where we used to live. You got Pennsylvania, roughly rectangular shape, very roughly. And what you have is Penn State's right in the damn middle of the state, and there's nothing but cow fields and forests for 150 miles in any given direction. Pretty much. Because basically you got Penn State, you got Pittsburgh, you got Philadelphia, you got Erie up here. Harrisburg doesn't quite count. The Poconos don't fucking count, no matter what they try to tell you. But it's mostly farmland and forests. That's why if you have to do a long-ass road trip, don't do it on I-80, because finding gas stations that are actually open are few and far between, because they don't believe in truck stops. I'm just saying. They don't believe in truck stops on I-80. That's why anytime I drive to Boston, to PAX East, I drive up to Buffalo and bang a right, because there's travel stops along the entire way. I-71 from Cincinnati to Buffalo loves travel stops, TA travel stops, pilot travel stops. And then you get on I-90. Well, you're on I-90 by the time you get to Buffalo. You bang a right, get on the turnpike, and there's travel plazas. There's more travel plazas. There's the occasional loves. Occasional truck stops. And so you will not run out of gas. Unless you're really dumb. But on I-80, there ain't much civilization there. Just saying. But in fairness, the New York, the Cincy to Buffalo segment it's all there's towns, there's civilization, and then going across the northern tier, the western New York, you've got Rochester, you got Syracuse, you got Albany, all kinds of big towns along the way. So there's obviously civilization up there. Anyhow, let's switch back to Catriona. Damn it. Actually, let me hit Zaylen first. I want to hit Zaylen to get the keys out of his pockets. I'm going to hop over to my weapon crafter for just a second. We're doing some character hopping tonight. We're goofing off tonight. Speaking of goofing off, tomorrow night I will be on DDO stream, the official DDO channel, doing some stuff. And I will tell you the story of how I really fucked up my main character. I did get an improved epic autos box for the character because I didn't want to run down the 6 hour 10% named loot buff that we got from the anniversary until I had her at legendary levels. And I did two things wrong. Number one, I forgot to have my Voice of the Master equipped like a dumbass. And number two, instead of running with a Sovereign XP pot for 50% extra XP, I thought I had hit one, but no, I actually gave her a superior XP pot for only 30% XP. So the character just barely got to level 28. So I was doing a bunch of Slayers last night. Got actually some really nice stuff from Saltmarsh. Saltmarsh has been very good. Now, you know how you get songs stuck in your head very easily? Chucking up the buffalo bed and thinking about you got Melissa? I don't know that song. I might know the song, but I'd have to actually hear somebody sing it to be like, oh yeah, I know that song. Okay, I said I was going to go to this character because he's the one that I was opening boxes on the other night. Because he's my 160, my other 160. So my third 160 is definitely going to be Kiriana, my minstrel, I believe. Because I want a Will character to be my third 160. And she just hit 151 the other night, so she's going to be my leveling character for a little bit. So I'll be running my Mythgard character, and I have to tell you, it's really funny that I got to run... it's kind of funny to run that character with the Dances with Tentacles title during Signum events, during Corey's streams, because, come on, we're adults here, but we're also 12 years old. So we all giggle a little bit at Dances with Tentacles, haha. You know, it's about making certain jokes.
May your heart be light and your joys be many.
Alright, you get that. So yeah, this character wound up getting a nice shield, but it's only a Warden shield, and I don't play Warden, which I felt kind of bad about. But I really need to clean up. I need to do a lot of housekeeping, clean stuff. I did get the Rivendell outfit, though. Let me throw this into cosmetics, since there's a space for it. Yeah, there's some of these that are like shared, and I need to just clean them up on my account. Ooh, I need to clean those up as well. Hold on. Bloop. We'll put these... Did I put the gathered mats? I did, actually. Hold on. Bloop. That's one of the bad things is I sometimes forget which box I put some stuff. Like, oh, I took that thing out of the bank, but I forget which character I have it on. Which is why Alt Inventory, Kiki Inventory are both very, very handy apps, for sure. Alright. The keys are in the bank. Obscure band from Palo Alto rhymes with... Oh, yeah, see, that's why I didn't know it's a Dead song. The ungrateful alive people. I would also like to shout out, since we have a whole bunch of people here today, Ponton reminds me that tomorrow, outside the Inn of the Prancing Pony on Peregrine, Maestro Ponton starts at 5 p.m. Eastern/server time. The band leaders of Peregrine. Yay! That's pretty exciting. Miyabi! How you doing? Okay, what's Mark Gunn doing at Gen Con? Okay, Mark Gunn. He's got a sci-fi drinking songs, comedy music cabaret, Hobbit drinking songs, Doctor Who drinking songs, and Firefly drinking songs. Firefly, bleh. Though, I have to say, having a single ticket to a single 1 hour show be $12 is kinda skis. Ay, ay, ay. It didn't used to cost that much at Gen Con. It used to be like $2. Well, it's $2 for a generic ticket. Anywho. The code I gave you didn't work. I guess you didn't use it in time. Let me go take a look at that, actually. Because the code I gave you should have worked. So let me go find it. So I sent that to you on the 8th. It should have been good. What was the error message that you got for it? $24 liters in a raid. Oh my gosh, yeah. That is very strange, Miyabi. I will have to check with Snipes about it on Monday. Because that should have worked. Now, you didn't include like the dash or anything after. It was just the main section, this first dash, and then the second section, right? You know, and then I did another dash and said enjoy afterwards. Because I tend to put it like dash and then the word enjoy at the end, just to basically make sure people are aware this part is the actual code. And that way, Twitch doesn't think I'm, spamming people by sending out gibberish. Okay, so you did not include the second dash in the word enjoy. Okay. Let me check with Snipes on Monday and find out what's what. Worst case scenario, honestly, is that I'll get another code in June, and I just won't do a giveaway for it because I know that it'll be good. It seems weird. You're not looking forward to Monday? You have to get to... Ooh, Ponton. Oh, I'm so sorry. Going to the dentist is never fun. All right, let's go back to what we're doing here. Oh, I can't even use these. I have to use 15s. Oh. Well. Well then. Alright, so what we're going to do. First of all, I'm going to go look up on Lotro HQ a basic build guide. I do know there's some folks who shit on Lotro HQ, but most of the people I see shitting on Lotro HQ tend to be top tier raiders who get shitty when you don't praise a certain somebody. We're not going to discuss it beyond that. Okay, so they don't have a yellow mariner guide, which is good. I'm not a yellow mariner on this character. I'm a red mariner. Okay. Now, first of all, let me check my stuff. So yeah, I'm basically following their build. I didn't care. I'm gonna move away from the fire sound because it was kind of driving me bananas. We're just gonna hang out here. You know what? We're gonna hang out. We're gonna hang out on top of the hill where nobody actually goes. Wisdom teeth. Ugh. Yep, been there, done that. Didn't like it. Then again, in all fairness, I've always had some teeth issues, as everybody can see, literally. Having specific gum disease when you're a kid, never good. Alright. Let's stop fucking around. So since we are primarily red with blue, okay, let's take a look at our main hand. Heraldry of the Serpent is what they recommend. So we're going to open that up. So the other option, so physical mastery rating, yeah, that makes sense. The other option would have been Heraldry of the Sparrow, which has more vitality than agility. So Serpent is more agility. The other one is more vitality. So we're going to grab the Heraldry of the Serpent. Okay. And the way I do my allies, by the way, is I basically have to put them in a row. I remember when Chromite used to do it, you know, rest his soul. He would like put the ally up here and then put the stuff down here so it would look like the UI. I can do it vertically like this and it's okay. Alright, we're going to set that down there. We're also going to set these down here because when I open them, I want them to roll in over here. So, okay, so now we get our word of power. And just to double check, I've got 2 words of power slots on my main ally. I'm actually going to open my second ally box too. Not you. Actually, let me just throw you back in the vault. I'm going to grab these. Because I'm going to need to fill in some slots here. And I have to use 15s or better, so... Okay. Let's open up the other LI box here. And let's get our haversack, which is our other LI. I'm going to set that down here. We're going to get its heraldry. Again, the second item also uses the same one. So we're going for the serpent. So we're going to shift this one down here. Alright, we're going to bring these down here. Alright. Words of power. So again with... Alright, let me check the second LI. It should have its 3 slots. Oh my gosh, really? Game? Okay, so it does have its 3 slots. Excellent. So... For this box, we're going to choose on our main hand single target attack damage and single target attack criticals. You notice there is no single target attack criticals here. It kind of freaking sucks. So we're going to grab that, plop that right there. Okay. And then we're going to do the same for the second LI. That one wants area of effect attack criticals, area of effect attack damage, and damage over time. So this one has 2 of the 3 that it can use. So I'm going to grab this one. And I'm going to put it here. Okay, so this recommends Grand Willpower. For the tactical mitts. For the secondary item. And for the main item, it recommends Heroic Precision. And you notice Heroic Precision is not a choice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the Grand Willpower from here. Set that way down there. And I'm also going to grab the Grand Willpower from this one as well. And we're just going to put them on both on the second item and be done with it. Also need my enhancement runes. I'll grab those. Grab those. And we're going to just throw these in there. We'll deal with them in a minute. Okay, so for our next box, Words of Craft. And again with the same shit. So we can't choose Heroic Precision for these. And honestly, there's no reason for me to open this box at all. So I'm just going to set these aside. Because they're account bound, so whatever. Words of Mastery. And so this is where you get to pick based on your spec. Now, because you're going to get 2 of these, you're going to wind up getting traceries that are specific to, for example, I'm going to choose red line for this one. And it's going to give me all these traceries, and they're nice. Some of them are teal, some of them are purples. And I might be able to use them, I may not be able to use them. But they're all geared toward red line. So I'm going to bring all these down here, out of the way. Till I know which ones are supposed to go where. And what you do not want to do is, since these are obviously unique equipped, as you see, unique use, you don't want to pick the same one again. So I'm going to pick the shanty collar ones because as you can see in my trait panel, I spend more points in shanty collar, so that's what I'm going to use for my other selection. But you notice, it did give me some of the same fucking tracery twice. So that's kind of not cool, game. I'm just saying. Let's move these over here. Now the question is, can I still use the 16? Ooh, I can. Okay. So let's see which ones we're actually going to use. Okay, we're looking for recenter cooldown. on the main hand. Actually, let's go dip into not you and not you. Let's go dip into here and see if I have a single target attack criticals. It's now daytime in the Shire. Single target attack criticals. None that I can actually use. Good job. So I'm going to have to buy one. Alright, what about... so we had the damage, so I need to buy that. And let me look at the other one. For area of effect, attack criticals. Okay, again, I don't have a level 15 for that. And the other one is dot. More dots, more dots! Okay, I don't have a 15. I only have a damage over time criticals. But I never use those anyway, so... Nothing in here I can actually use. However, one thing I can do, if I wanted to, is I could switch out one of the 2 grand willpowers for a level, one of this. So I could take this and switch out one of these. So we can throw that in there. And then we can just run with that. Okay. The irony here is I could have just pulled this out of the thing and not actually... But I had the box anyway to use, so why not? Could have used that. And it said it wanted heroic precision. And as you can see, I don't have one that's a tier 15. Boo. Okay, so we got to buy a few things here, which is actually kind of good. I wanted to spend down some of my ancient script anyway. I have over 100,000. It's fine. Okay, that being said, we got those sorted out. So we want recenter cooldown. What do we have? Bottle healing is not on the thing. Salt blade debuff duration. Nope. Actually, let's take a look at this one. Sword play finisher damage is actually on the weapon in this slot. So this is going to be useful for a little while longer, which is good. All right. Thrust damage. We've got that. Actually, let me take a look at the blues first. The blues. Okay, sword play damage goes right here. Boom. Shakalaka. Boom. Boom. Shakalaka. Boom. Okay, sword play healing potency. Not part of this. Wind skill cooldown. Wind skill duration we have, but not cooldown. Sword play finisher damage. Okay, let's actually take a look at this. Max level 170 is 18% and 6,300. This is 20% and 3,180. So the crit rating is massively higher on the purple than it is on the blue. Interesting. But you lose 2% damage. So that's really the trade-off between a 15 and a 16 is I gotta use in the enhancement limit. So the lower the teal has a lower enhancement limit. So I'm gonna use that one. Okay. I think they meant 4 skills damage. Swordplay finisher damage, swordplay damage, and then 4 skills damage. And then wind skills duration. Do I have one of those? Yeah. Have wind skills cooldown, but that's not the same as duration. So we'll think about that. Put that over here in our thoughts here. Bottle healing, salt, seed, blah, blah, blah. Toss a bottle. Recenter cooldown. Reset. I'm looking for a wind skills thing. I don't see a wind skills thing. So recenter cooldown is one of our choices. So let's see if we have it in the blues. We do. All right. So that's our first one. I'm going to shift these down a bit. Okay, so we got recenter cooldown. We've got swordplay damage. We've got swordplay finisher damage. 4 skills damage. Then we need thrust damage. I saw a thrust damage somewhere. It would be the last one I look at. Okay. That's fine. Okay, and now I need to buy 2 heroic precisions from the vendor in Rivendell. We'll get to Rivendell in a minute. Okay. So now let me take a look at what it recommends for the secondary item. And we have 2 of the reds to buy. 2 of these. It says pot skills cooldown. I do know I have one of those. Okay, so it's going to go into our first slot. And it has fire pot listed twice, so that's also one of the things I want to be cautious about with this particular build guide, is that it is not 100% accurate. Toss a bottle cooldown. And I also want to think about how I'm used to playing a Mariner. Okay, finisher skill, reset, salt, cure. Okay, so I got one of those. And thrown skills target resistance. But I don't use a lot of thrown skills. I mean, other than I do use the sludge pot a lot as my opener, which is a lot of fun, by the way. It doesn't do much damage, but it's kind of fun. But I don't have a thrown skills thing. So that one we're already using. That one we're already using. Okay, let's get these out of the way. All right, we have these other boxes to open. More words of power. And you notice it's the same words of power. It is not the ones you need. So those are junk as well. So we'll set those aside. I think that's what they all are, aren't they? Okay, words of craft. This is really the problem with these. It gives you empowered blades. Empowered blade doesn't have a set bonus. The ascendant ones do. The ascendant ones are really nice if you're playing a caster character. Though ascendant light can also be useful on like a captain for the light type damage, especially if you're playing an elf or whatever, or a minstrel. Ascendant light is amazing on a minstrel. Flame, frost, and lightning are all good on RKs and on lore masters. And they can definitely help you with your set bonuses as well. But empowered blades is useless because there's no set bonus. Perfect healing If you're a pure healer, very helpful. Perfect recovery. That's good for a tank, I suppose. And then grand willpower. It's like whatever. So those are useless as well. And these are also words of power. So words of craft, words of power. More words of power. So yeah, these are not useful at all. Yeah, the only useful ones you get out of there is single target attack damage and dots. Wait a minute. There's a damage over time. Did I need damage over time? I do need damage over time. Hello? I will take you and put you there. But I still can't get... Okay, I got my single target damage. I still can't get my area of effect to attack criticals. And I can't get my area of effect attack. I should put this over here. So I get the 2 damages, but you don't get the criticals. But you do get the dots. More dots! More dots! So I think what I'm going to do with these is... I'm honestly thinking what I want to do here. Because what I want to do is to get some more of these traceries that I need in tier 15s. Like heroic alacrity. I think the heraldries actually need to go into a different box. Hold on. Yeah, all these low-level traceries. It's like, what do I have this for? What do I have this for? Okay. So we have determined that I have all of these mariner skills that I can't actually use. I'm actually going to take this spare mariner crap and throw them in this bag. Even though the name doesn't do what it says on the tin. I'm just going to throw them in here so they're out of my way for a minute. I know, this is so entertaining, right? The good news is we're almost done. Words of power, words of power, words of power, words of craft selection box. Okay, so for these, you have to be off. Take care, Ponton. You know, I say whenever Corey is about to go live with Exploring Lord of the Rings, we have like a little pre-show, like a backstage channel. And whenever he's about ready to go into the main channel with everybody else, I tell him to have fun storming the castle. It's nowhere near as mathy as your DDO builds. This is true. This is definitely true. Like, look at all these. Only the 15s are coming from the tracery box, the ally boxes here. Like, all of these other boxes are full of things that are not useful to me. I'm thinking wind skill cooldowns. We'll find out if wind skill cooldowns is actually wind skill duration. I think it is, but I don't know for sure. But it's like all of these other boxes do nothing. Power, words of power, words of power. Words of craft. Words of craft. It's like, look how little we got out of that just because of how they do the LI boxes. Though what I could do it recommends the Heroic Precision Word of Craft Tactics. I want to, but that's the but that's the Umbari one. Hold on, hold up. Let's see what we get here. Okay, so we got the Tracery token, which is a Shattered Murai Tracery. We'll just throw that right there. But it gave me this, the craft recipe here. So it recommends this one. This is for a scholar. But a mariner doesn't use tactical. It's a physical mastery thing. Maybe they just want it for the crit rating. That's the tank one for sure. That one, +3 Devastate Magnitude, that is 100% for champions only. I'm just saying. Yeah, none of these really scream at me and say, oh my god. I mean, other than the crit rating on this one. What does Heroic Precision give you? Yeah, Heroic Precision's all about the crit rating. And critical hit chance. So the tactics recipe would give you a nice crit rating, honestly. Because you would need to drop 4 Heroic Precisions to get the crit rating bonus. But, ooh. Do 4 Heroic Precisions. That would be sweet as hell. And you know, so I'm actually thinking, thinking through this in real time. Not you. What was the other box I wanted to open? I'm going to do this. I'm going to open it and get that. Open and get that. Open this and get that. Get all 3 of them. I will actually need the lightning stuff, so I'm going to open these boxes to get the lightning ones, but get them for the Runekeeper who doesn't have any traceries at all. And just get him a 4 set. Actually, I don't know if I just misgendered my own character or not. Though I could do two fire. I don't know. look at something real quick. Rune Keeper. Red Rune Keeper. They recommend Ascendant Flame, or Heroic Precision, or Ascendant Lightning. So they recommend for Red Rune Keeper, which is mostly red with a splash of yellow, to mix and match the two. But for a yellow Rune Keeper, they recommend Heroic Precision on one and Ascendant Lightning on the other. So interesting. Interesting. Okay. Let's go to Rivendell. So we have 2 of those, and we can't get the other 2 that we want. I'm going to actually get Ascendant Flame, because I'll put the Flame one on the Flame Rock. On that Rune Keeper. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Okay, we will take those. Okay, so enhancement runes in there. Let's throw tracery, whatever. Probably traceries go in there. And let's see if I have space for these. I don't think I do. I have space for one of them, but not the other. Oh, I do have space for them. Ooh, nice. Alright, let's throw these in there. Let's throw that in there, and let's throw that in there. Alright, let's go to Rivendell. Oh man, I could complete another lovely year on this character tomorrow. Get some more figments back. Alright. What's the quickest way to Rivendell for this character? We're gonna go to the house and then go to Rivendell. Surprising absolutely nobody. Actually, I think I have maps to Rivendell, or maps to the Word Horde. We're almost done for tonight. It doesn't matter. I'm actually going to spend down some of my stuff. Oh my god. But I think I'm not going to spend for any of the incomparables. I think I'm going to skip that. Because this character can do just fine without needing teal traceries.
How can I be of service?
Oh, why am I doing that? I think I hit the button twice. Yeah, we're about to do a giveaway for some Lotra points. Gonna check the broker again. It's been a while.
Greetings, friend. How may I be of help?
I want to see if there's any neighborhoods still free. Yep. Well, that was not entirely free, but that one is. So I don't expect them to pop open any new neighborhoods. Probably. It'll be a while. I'm wondering. let's take a look at what we need again. Alright, we need a single target attack criticals. We don't need the incomparable ones. We're only going for rare. Alright. Single target attack criticals. We might as well get the 16s rather than the 15s. Because if I go get the these, the 141s. I don't normally like mixing and matching the tiers of my LI stuff, but it's the same price either way. So I might as well get the ones for 151 and higher. There's no reason not to get the higher tier. Okay, so we need single target attack criticals. So we're going to grab that. It's going to go there. And then we need... for the secondary item, we need the one. We need area effect attack criticals. Let's go to page 1. Let me double check. There's the damage, there's the dots, and there's this. Let's grab that. And this will go there. Alright, we're done with those. Let's get our words of craft since we're in this room. And again, we're going to go for the 151s because there's no price difference between... Honestly, look at this. The uncommons, the rares... Well, the rares are lower tiers are cheaper, yeah. They're cheaper at lower levels. But there's no difference in cost between the 141s and the 151s. So, what's the cost of the 131s? Yeah, the 131s are 300. Hold on. Hold. The 140. Okay, the words of craft are 300 at the... Okay. So yeah, it doesn't matter which tier you get as long as it's... You might as well max it out as the best you can get. Okay, so we are going for... we want 2 heroic precisions. So they will be on here. See, none of these empowered ones have any set bonuses to them, so there's no reason to use any of them. Grand Armor does. Grand Willpower does. Grand Resistance. Oh, I guess it was on the second page. Heroic Alacrity does. Perfect Healing does. Heroic Precision. So, since we're only getting 2... I really don't like the Grand Willpower, I must say. I would rather spend 1,200 Ancient Script getting 4 Heroic Precisions. Just to get the 4 set bonus and get that massive amount of crit rating, honestly. I mean, tactical mitigations are important. But for this particular build, crit rating is king. This goes crit rating, physical mastery, and then some finesse, tactical physical mitigations, and vitality. So I think I would want to just do more damage and be done with it. We're going for it. We're just going to go for it. We're just going to go for it. Okay. So we're gonna split these off. Split them in half. Okay, now let's go to the Mariner specific ones over here. Think Mariner, Runekeeper, Lore Master, Captain, Brawler, Guardian, Champion, Berg, Minstrel, Mariner. You can kind of tell they're going to have to redesign this place if they ever come up with a new class, a new free player class. Okay. And so the actual class traceries is where things go weird. So we are looking for on our main hand. I want to look for a wind skills thing. So let's go to the 151s. Okay, nothing there. Nothing there. Okay, so the only wind skill thing is a wind skill cooldown. Okay. There's no wind skills duration thing. So for this LI, we got recenter, swordplay damage, swordplay finisher damage, 4 skills damage, thrust damage, and wind skills cooldown. And that also gives us a pile of vitality, which is going to be really helpful. And then we've got our 2 heroic precisions, bloop, right there. Okay, now for my second item, my haversack, we've got fire pot skills cooldown. We've got fire pot. We've got toss a bottle cooldown, finisher skill salt cure. And there's 2 other items. One is another fire pot, so I need to figure out what to put there for fire pot. Number 2. And then thrown skills target resistance. That one can be handy for my sludge pot to keep it from causing some issues. But let me take a look and see what we have got for our 2 things. So I kind of do like shanty skills healing. I do like toss a bottle. I think something with toss a bottle would be useful. Let me take a look at my choices based on what was in the thing. In the bag of shit that I'm not actually using. Come here, you. That one's going to give me agility. That's if I'm going to be more blue line. This is also a blue line thing. So this was the one thing it was recommending. Thrown skills target resist chance, and then it gives you finesse, which is something you do need. Toss a bottle cooldown we already have. Damage. Thrum of the Sea cooldown. I'm not really seeing... I mean, there's bottle healing. I mean, that's a good possibility. Because that would improve my own self-healing. So I think what I'm going to do is go with bottle healing for one of them. Maybe actually I'm going to use that for the build calls for fire pot twice, which of course you can't have. So fire pod number 1 is that. But then the second one I'll use bottle healing because it makes sense that the next choice would be toss a bottle cooldown. There's just gonna assault reset cure. But I'm not really seeing, other than that throwing skills target resistance, which is part of the build. I'm just going to throw these. Whoops, that is actually the wrong bag, is it not? Come here. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Come here. Ew. Get out of there. Yeah, these go in here. I can't put this one in there because whatever. There's no space. Okay, we're almost done. Throwing skills target resistance. And that's going to be under the red line, isn't it? No, it's not. It's going to be general. Ah! Didn't mean to close that window. At least it opened up to the same spot I was in, so that's kind of neat. What am I looking for? Thrown skills target resistance. I would think that would be in the rover, honestly. Yep, there it is. There really isn't much of a choice here. Jugglery is yellow only. But since we're throwing a fire pot, this is really, honestly, the best choice. That last option anyway, so I guess so. Let's grab it. Chuck it there. Chuck it there. And let's build a couple of LIs, shall we? That's not what I meant to do, but that's okay. And so one of the tricks about LIs, also I would like to point out how much I spent on my LIs, on my ancient script. I still have over 100,000 ancient scripts. Fuck. Okay, let's build us a cutlass. Bloop. You build them from the bottom up because of how this freaking thing runs. I'm just saying. And the really cool thing is, because I waited until I was 151 to create the LI was already at 151 and I didn't have to fucking reforge it. Wait, what is that? What is that? So these LIs will carry me to 160, and then I have a few of the things that will carry me even further to 170 whenever the game hits level 170, which will be in a couple of years. I like this sound effect that when you slot an LI or a tracery. It's so cool. I don't know why I like it, but I like it. And we have a leftover tracery. Oh no. There we go. And I don't feel the need to use enhancement runes on this. I mean, I could if I wanted to, But again, it all goes back to whether you feel that you need to be, you know, the best of the best with honor, sir. And I honestly don't. I really don't. It doesn't bother me. And for some reason that really pisses some people off. It's like they don't understand why people just don't compete or feel competitive in the game. And sometimes they treat you like shit for it. I'm like, I don't give a crap. I just can't be bothered. I mean, for me, video games aren't a competition. If that's what makes somebody happy, cool. But it's not my jam. But some people get really bent out of shape if you don't play the game the way they play, and I just cannot be bothered to bend to that particular harsh will. Okay, so first of all, let's see what our stats look like right now. Look at our morale, our armor, our might, all of our stats here, crit rating, finesse, all the fun stuff. Bearing in mind, we're still going to keep the offhand Hero's Dagger, because that's the one you should be using. The main hand Hero's Dagger, it's a might item, so it doesn't really help you out as much. It was useful when I was doing the scavenger hunt. But let's go check and see what we are. Look at the changes. I just got a whole bunch of vitality. And now I have these other traceries to find a home for. Blah. Right, the attitude if you don't clear high tier raids in PvP all the time, you're not playing the game. You're just engaging with different... Yeah, and that's the thing about MMOs. And it's kind of like the same notion of people... There was somebody recently on the DDO side in the server who was talking about how they were upset because people were not playing the game the way that they were playing. In fact, they were not the person who was zerging through the game. They were mad at people who did nothing but zerg. And he's like, people should play my way. And this is the summation of what they were saying. I'm like, bro, the game is big enough for both play styles. And part of the thing is like, I want people to play with. Okay. You need to compromise. And if you want people to play your way, you get off your ass and start the groups yourself. Because that's how you can determine that you get the play style of people joining your group that you want. And if you don't like, if somebody's trying to zerg through the quest or whatever, you can kick their asses out and wait for somebody else to join the quest. Join it. Alright, so now that we've done this, I don't need, because you can equip daggers and one-handed swords in the same slot, and it just works. So I don't need to do anything with my cosmetic outfit. Yay. Alright, however, I'm going to get the hell out of here because it is 11:15. I do have to work tomorrow, and I have to give away some points here. So, let's do that and give away the clothes. Well, only one person entered that giveaway, and I know who that was. So, I'm going to give Monflair 100 points. And technically, I won 100 points today watching Alan Sisto of the Prancing Pony podcast during his stream earlier today. Because Bree, aka Bree Crossroads, was running a trivia contest. The question that I answered was, what is the name? What are the names of 3 of the great eagles in Lord of the Rings? Bonus points if you name one from the First Age, from the Silmarillion. And I was like, Gwaihir, Landerval, Thorondor. And he's like, oh, 100 points to Drury. I'm like, yeah, I'll give it to somebody else. I can just shake down Cordo for points anytime I want to. And, yeah. Alright, so let me drop Moneth Lair on DM. Boop. Alright, I'm going to get out of here. you all be good. And just to make it official, like, giveaway draw. See? Official. That way it's all official, above ground, above table. Yep. There we go. I'm gonna go watch Devil Lore. So, y'all be good. If you can't be good at it. Watch me tomorrow night on DDO stream. I'm gonna be giving away DDO points then. And, I'm gonna cause some trouble. Anywho. I gotta go. Bye now.